Ever wondered why some gardens flourish while others falter? The answer often lies in the details, the small decisions and actions that can make or break a garden's success. It's all about the right practices, from how you water your plants to the type of soil you use, and even the season you choose to plant. But just as important are the mistakes you avoid. These can be the unseen culprits stunting your garden's growth. Stay tuned to uncover the common gardening mistakes that could be holding you back. Watering seems simple, right? But it's easy to get wrong. In the world of gardening, water is life. But like many things, too much or too little can spell disaster for your green friends. Overwatering and underwatering are two of the most common mistakes gardeners make, and they can both lead to wilted, unhealthy plants. Let's start with overwatering. When you drench your plants, the excess water clogs the soil, preventing the roots from breathing. This suffocates the plant, leading to root rot, a condition that can quickly kill your plants. Signs of overwatering include yellowing leaves, wilting despite the soil being wet, and a moldy or rotten smell. If you're seeing these signs, it's time to cut back on the H2O. Underwatering, on the other hand, starves your plants. Without enough water, they can't transport nutrients or photosynthesize properly, which stunts their growth and can eventually lead to their demise. Plants that are underwatered often have dry, brittle leaves, and their growth is noticeably slower. If the soil around your plant is dry and crumbly, you might need to up your watering game. So, how do you strike the perfect balance? Well, it all boils down to knowing your plant's specific needs. Different plants require different amounts of water, so it's essential to do your research. However, a good rule of thumb is to water deeply and infrequently. This method encourages plants to grow deep roots, making them more resilient and better able to withstand dry spells. When watering, make sure you're focusing on the roots, not the leaves. Wet leaves can lead to mold, fungus, and other diseases. Also, try to water in the morning. This gives the plants plenty of time to drink up before the heat of the day, and it also helps cut down on evaporation, so you're not wasting water. Remember, not all plants need the same amount of water. Always research your plant's specific needs. Soil is the foundation of your garden. Choosing the wrong type can spell disaster. These words cannot be overstated. The soil you choose can determine the success or failure of your garden. It's like choosing the right home for your plants. Different plants have different soil needs. Cacti and succulents, for instance, thrive in sandy soil, while ferns and orchids love a good loamy mix. Understanding your plant's preferences is the first step to providing them with the ideal soil environment. But what if your garden soil isn't up to par? Fear not, for soil can be amended to suit your plant's needs. Adding organic matter such as compost or manure can improve soil structure, enhance nutrient content, and boost moisture retention. For heavy clay soils, adding coarse sand or perlite can improve drainage and prevent waterlogging, which can be detrimental to many plants. However, be wary of over-amending your soil. Too much of a good thing isn't always beneficial. Over-amended soil can lead to excessive nutrient levels, which can harm your plants. It's a delicate balance, but one that can be achieved with a little patience and practice. So, the next time you're ready to plant, take a moment to consider your soil. Is it the right type for your plants? Does it need amending? Remember, your plants are only as healthy as the soil they're grown in. When in doubt, a well-draining soil rich in organic matter is a good start for most plants. Pests can wreak havoc on your garden before you even notice they're there. Now you might be thinking, I've never seen any bugs in my garden, so I must be safe. But not all pests are as conspicuous as the common garden snail. Many of them, like aphids, can be so small that they're easy to overlook. These tiny terrors can cause massive damage, sucking the life out of your plants and leaving them weak and vulnerable to diseases. Imagine you've been nurturing your tomatoes, looking forward to that juicy, homegrown flavor. But then, you start to notice the leaves turning yellow and curling up. Upon closer inspection, you find a colony of aphids feasting on your beloved plants. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? So, how can you prevent such a disaster? The answer lies in regular pest checks and control measures. And when I say regular, I don't mean once in a blue moon. No, you need to be inspecting your plants at least once a week. Look out for signs of infestation like holes in the leaves, discolored foliage, or the presence of insects themselves. And what about pest control measures? Well, the first step is to foster a healthy garden. Pests are more likely to attack stressed and unhealthy plants, so ensure your plants are well fed and watered, and that they're getting the right amount of sunlight. Next, consider introducing beneficial insects into your garden. Ladybugs and lacewings, for example, are natural predators of aphids. They'll help keep the pest population in check without the need for harsh chemicals. If you do need to use pesticides, opt for organic ones. They're less harmful to the environment and to beneficial insects. But remember, they should be your last resort, not your first line of defense. So, there you have it. Pest control isn't just about reacting to infestations, it's about prevention and creating an environment where your plants can thrive without constant threat. Don't wait until pests have taken over to take action. Regular checks and preventive measures are key. Planting at the wrong time of year is a common mistake that can lead to poor harvests. Now you might be thinking, plants grow in all seasons, don't they? Well, not quite. Each plant variety has a preferred growing season, and straying from it can spell trouble. Imagine you're a tulip bulb bred for the chill of winter. If you're planted in the heat of summer, chances are, you're going to wither before you even get a chance to bloom. That's why understanding plant hardiness zones and seasonal planting guidelines is so crucial. Hardiness zones are geographical areas defined by climatic conditions. They help gardeners understand which plants are most likely to thrive in their location. For instance, a plant that flourishes in the mild winters of Zone 9 might struggle in the harsh frost of Zone 3. Similarly, planting seasons are a roadmap to your plant's life cycle. They tell you when to sow seeds or plant seedlings for the best growth and yield. For instance, tomatoes love warmth and should be planted after the last frost, while broccoli prefers cooler weather and can be planted in both spring and fall. So, where can you find this information? It's usually available on seed packets, plant tags, or from reputable gardening websites. With a little research and planning, you can align your gardening activities with Mother Nature's rhythms. Timing is everything in gardening. Knowing when to plant can make all the difference between success and failure. So, let's say goodbye to withered plants and hello to bumper crops. Avoiding these common mistakes can help you cultivate a thriving garden. It's worth revisiting our key takeaways. Overwatering and underwatering are two sides of the same coin, causing equal harm. Striking the right balance is essential for plant health. Choosing the correct soil is another crucial factor. Different plants thrive in different types of soil, so it's critical to choose the right one for your plants. Remember, soil isn't just dirt, it's the foundation of your garden. Pests can wreak havoc on your beloved plants. Incorporate regular pest control into your gardening routine. Don't wait until it's too late and the damage is already done. Lastly, ignoring seasonal planting guidelines can lead to disappointing results. Each plant has its preferred growing season, and planting out of sync with this can lead to poor growth or even plant death. Let's not forget, gardening is a science, but it's also an art. It requires patience, observation, and the willingness to learn from mistakes. But the reward of seeing your garden flourish is worth every effort. On that note, if you're enjoying our content and want to delve deeper into the world of gardening, remember to subscribe to our channel for more insights. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow gardening enthusiasts. And stick around. Our next video will dive deeper into organic pest control solutions. You won't want to miss it. Until then, happy gardening.